Hello, same spot again, same situation. But today I was like, this would be a perfect day. If I'm screaming, it's because I just had this mocha, an iced mocha from freaking Starbucks because I just needed a little bit of caffeine to recover from the workout that I just did because I went a little bit harder than usual, but I am like really needing it because of work, whatever. Anyways, so I figured today would be a great day to try the Guajillo beef. I don't feel like going in the clothes that I'm in right now because TBH, the booty sweat is real. From the cardio, and I also did some weightlifting, and weightlifting is like so crazy because you sweat so much because you're burning so many calories. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower and put some nice dry clean clothes on after, take two, go outside, and then we are trying the Guajillo beef together. Poppy Eats says it's good. I haven't heard anyone else talk about it, but I want to come to my own conclusions, so I will see you there. Hi. Okay, so I went to Chipotle. Here is my bowl, which I got for free. So that's very exciting because I had a terrible experience at Chipotle the other day, and I like messaged them. I actually had to message them for like a week because they wouldn't respond to me, and I couldn't even eat the food that they had given me like at the Chipotle location. We ended up just going to Chick-fil-A after. I was like so hungry, but we went to Chick-fil-A, and so I finally got them to respond to me, and they gave me 2 free entrees. So this is one of them. I actually wasn't planning on using it on Guajillo beef. I didn't know it was happening, and then whenever I was like driving up here, I was like, oh my god. So here's the bowl. It's super filled. I'm gonna show you guys like everything close up so you can see everything. Okay, so here's the bowl. This Chipotle location didn't have the regular forks, which I'm kind of disappointed about because they have the best forks. So I got sour cream, lettuce, the corn salsa because it's like my favorite thing here. Here is the Guajillo steak. It looks super gorgeous and yummy. It's like a garlic Guajillo steak. And then I got half brown rice, half white rice. I got some veg. And then I also got the medium salsa on here. It's probably just hiding. And I also got a little bit of cheese, which you can see right there. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I put my hair out because I just like to do that when I eat. It doesn't matter if I'm at work or anywhere else. I'm excited to get into this. I am worried about this fork, but let's go ahead and try a piece of the steak by itself. It kind of tastes like fajita meat that you would get at like a Mexican restaurant. So that I really like. Definitely tasty. I'm gonna load up a bite here real quick. I have almost everything. I'm just gonna put a piece of lettuce on here. Okay, so I have almost everything on there. Oops. Me and this fork. I don't like how they cut it because how they cut it, it makes it where you don't get as much steak per bite unless you like cut it up yourself, which I wasn't prepared to do, so I didn't grab like a knife or anything. So I don't like how they cut it, but it does taste really good. It's just another thing about the way they cut it is that the texture, it's like you kind of have to chew it like a lot, and so if you have bigger pieces of meat, you can't chew it easily. And this is just the Starbucks water that I got earlier. There was still some ice in there, so I just put a little bit of bottled water. So the first piece that I had, it was kind of chewy, like a little bit hard to chew. The second piece I had was really, really good, and it didn't require that much chewing. So there's a little bit of a difference like with each bite, it seems. So let's continue on and see how it is. But see how big this piece is? It would be better if it was like a little bit smaller. Not as small as their regular steak, because I understand they want to like have a difference, but it would be nice if they were just like half the size. This one's a bit more chewy again. Overall, it's really good. I like the flavor. It kind of has like a caramelized taste to it, which is really nice. But the inconsistency in texture is a bit disappointing, because even though I got this bowl for free, other people are paying like $11.85 for it, or like 12 something, I think. $11.85. And I think their other meat, like the other options that they have for protein, I think they're like $8 or $9, right? What I do know is this is exactly what I needed after a workout. I'm kind of shaky because I had that coffee. And in case you're not familiar with Starbucks, because a lot of people like just kind of assume, there's 2 shots of espresso and a grande latte, which is the medium one. And I don't usually drink caffeine. Thankfully, because I worked out, it's being taken care of a little bit already, but I'm still like I was like shaking while I got my order taken. So here's the bowl right now. There is so much food in this bowl, which I love, because you really get your money's worth. And I didn't pay anything, so it's extra awesome. So would I get the Guajillo beef again, or Guajillo steak, excuse me? If I remember to grab a knife, I would do it, because it does taste good. I just want the pieces to be smaller. There's like a big piece of fat right here. Like this whole entire thing is fat. But it's really tender fat. It was actually really delicious. So I don't hate that. The people that were working in there were not happy. But it wasn't busy, thankfully. Ordering at Chipotle when it's busy is like a task in itself, because there's just so many freaking people in there and it's so loud. But yeah, this is definitely good. Forgot that I have this water. So what would I rate it, right? Honestly, oh shit, I just threw a piece of corn on the ground. My rating for this, if I compare it to all of their other items that they have, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid 9, because I like steak anyway. I usually do get their steak, and I would put it on par with like the way that the texture is. They're pretty much like the same, except for the size. Like, look how gigantic this piece is. This is a whole piece. So I can imagine when they wrap your burrito, if they do it in their stupid ass way that they get taught, it's possible that you could get like weird bites of steak, because it'll be a little bit hard to like bite it, like if it's in a weird angle. So just like judging it on like being a meat product in general, I mean, like, look how gigantic this piece is. So that's kind of weird. I wonder if I have a knife in here. I do. So yeah, for the size, it makes me want to give it like an 8, because I shouldn't like need to like cut my own like meat in these bowls. You know, they're pretty, it's supposed to be kind of like just ready to go. Especially with how much rice there is, like you want the meat to go kind of far, right? But yeah, it's really good. And if you have a Chipotle near you, and if you like Chipotle, go ahead and try it. If you don't like Chipotle, then you probably won't like it, because if you don't like Chipotle, there's definitely a strong reason why. Excuse me. He put a lot of sour cream in here. Holy shit. But yeah, for Chipotle protein, I definitely approve. I'm not exactly sure why it costs so much more. Do all the specialty items do that? I'm not sure. How much was the, you know, I had that like, I think a shredded brisket or something before. I loved that. That was really good. No, they had a, like a smoked chicken or some shit, right? It was also like named something kind of similar. What was that? That was really good. I really like that. I think they had it about a year ago. I have no idea what the name is. I got it one time. I really like the flavor of this. Man, last night on Doordash was so good. There's something about Fridays, but I think there must have been like a game or something, because it was like extra good. Like, I literally made $70 in an hour and a half, and I only drove like 25 or 30 miles, which is really good. And so many of the orders had like the hidden tips. I don't know what it is about Fridays, but they do hidden tips like a motherfucker on Fridays. Like, every single order is like a hidden tip. Like, one of them was, it showed $6.75. The only reason I took it is because it was from the same restaurant, and it went in the same area as the order that I had accepted first, at like $12.95 or something for 4 miles. And I was like, well shit, I'm going to that restaurant, like I might as well. It'll be nice and easy. It's like 2 miles extra, whatever, right? I deliver the guy his shit. Excuse me. First of all, he was closer to the restaurant, and I didn't realize because they made me go second, so I felt really bad once I saw this. But his shit was, it showed $6.75, but then whenever it like finalized and they actually showed like the whole amount, his order was like $12.95 as well, like something like that, or like $13. I'm like, what the hell? Ugh. If I remember, I'll throw a picture right here. Like, that poor guy actually tipped like $9, and you guys are like throwing his order out there for $6.75. Like, that shit sucks for the customer, because someone's gonna think that they didn't tip enough or whatever, and they wouldn't have taken it. So I'm glad I took it. He was a nice guy. I was like taking the picture. Right when he opened the door, and when it's dark outside, the pictures on my timestamp app take, like, they go a little slower. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you in the picture. He's like, it's okay, no worries. I'm like, finally, because sometimes I say that to people and they just look at me like I'm fucking crazy, because I don't know, because I really don't mean to get people in pictures unless I'm like taking it, like if they like meet me outside, I'm definitely taking the picture with at least their hands, because I am not getting got. So I might go out there again tonight. I'll see how I feel. Look how much food I still have. Like, they freaking filled this up. I'm so glad nobody was in there when I went in there. There was like one guy behind me whenever I was like finishing checking out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my last bite, and I'm gonna save this for later because it'll be so good. And I actually have romaine lettuce at home because I made burritos the other day, so I can throw some extra lettuce on top whenever I'm gonna eat it. So I have a bite with like everything and then some beef. Okay, so if you made it this far, I really appreciate that. I went ahead and put this back together and got like all kinds of stuff out of my teeth because the beef has like so much seasoning on it that there was like all kinds of stuff going on, which I'm sure some of you saw. I couldn't see anything because I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, this was really good experience. Would I actually pay for that? I don't know, man. I don't know, especially if you get it through the app, because a lot of times if you order through their app and you get it delivered, they won't put enough stuff. Like it'll be like the amount of stuff in there will be like how my bowl looks right now after I've already eaten some. There's something kind of weird about that. The only location I haven't had that happen with is this one. I think it's the one on Sundance Parkway in Round Rock. I believe that's the location. That one was great. They loaded that thing up. Same thing. Like, it was beautiful. I wish I took a picture. It was gorgeous. It looked like it was supposed to be a commercial. Excuse me. Anyways, but yeah, so I appreciate you if you got this far, and please let me know if you would try it. What do you think of the cost compared to, like, you know, their other stuff? If you've had already, let me know, like, what you think. Like, if we're putting like customer service into the price as well, it was really weird whenever I went in there. So there was like a guy standing by the drink station and he was just like drinking like an employee. I thought he was on break or something, so I didn't say like hello or anything, because I don't know, I didn't want to bother him. So I just went to the restroom real quick because that coffee was like, hey girl, you gotta pee 10,000 times. And then like I came out and I went to the counter, and like I was the only person like trying to order something. There was no one getting checked out, no one, nothing. He had like a big ass thing of cheese and he's like putting it under there. Like he didn't say hi or anything. And so like that was kind of like weird because like I haven't done anything bad. So like why wouldn't you say hi? But I mean, I guess we're still like worried. I think people are still like coming down from like the whole like panty thing. But it kind of sucks because whenever you are like a nice person, like I truly do believe that I'm like a nice person. I try to be nice to everybody like at the stores and everything. It just kind of like bothers me because he still didn't like greet me or anything. He literally was just like what can I get you or something. And yeah, I know everybody doesn't have like customer service and stuff, but it just like makes me sad because it's so easy to say hi. You know, there's so much extra stuff that you can do to really make the customer feel good, which is not necessary. But I feel like hi is like, you know, an important one. So he like starts taking my order or whatever in like the straightest face possible under his mask. And yeah, so I don't know, that kind of, I try not to let that stuff like bother me, but it does, just because like I am giving you, like, I am literally like just like this when I'm ordering, like I'm like happy and smiling. And so some people like catch on to it and they like change. They're like, oh yay, like this is a nice person. I don't have to have my guard up, because I know how it is. There's a reason I don't do service anymore, because I have PTSD that I gained from FedEx. Thank you, FedEx. But yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling at this point. It's just, I just have a lot of thoughts about that. I am so grateful for the time that I had at Wally's, because I learned so much from Scott, which was the like head manager. Despite how annoying he could be at times, he truly was like teaching me like so many things that I needed to learn, like so many kind of small things, interpersonal, both of those are so important. And then I also learned a lot from my other manager as well. Like just everything. That job taught me like so much stuff about like people, and it's something that I like look back to all the time, and I don't think that people always have something so lucky to look back on. I know I've been talking about this for like 5 minutes. But yeah, so if you haven't clicked off yet, I really appreciate that as well, because I do like to be listened to. I don't have like that many people that I can talk to in my actual life, so it's very helpful. I love it whenever you guys comment. So if you'd like to comment, please do that. And I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.